Hi guys, today we've got students from SMHRD, toppers of SNAP exam who have scored 98, 99 percentile to come and talk to you regarding the SNAP exam. So we're going to look at the various aspects, lifestyle at SMHRD, the cutoff for SNAP exams, all the things we're going to talk about today as we go along. So we're launching a program as well for the SNAP exam. So in case you want to join the program, you can call the numbers given in the description box, or you can just call the numbers given on the site. All right, all the best. Okay, last question I have for you is how to manage time, because I've got a couple of questions on that. How you used to manage your time during the mock, during the exam. So I'll give you my point of view first, and then you can help me on that. My advice is very simple. Yeah, 1 hour will fly like anything. If you get stuck on a question, you are totally gone. Fine. It's like the time flies. 1 hour to go like anything. And because there's no boundaries, like cat have a boundary, you have to do verbal in some time, you have to spend some time on logic, some time on other section. Here there's no timer. So my advice is let's put a timer. This is my advice: 25 minutes for verbal, 20 minutes for quant, and 15 for verbal. Create a temporary boundaries so that you can perform in each area. So anyone of you did that? Do you also have used to have a timeline that I'm going to complete this particular session with this much timing, or they were like Jai Mata Di, jo aaya aane do?
So I think Jai Mata Di wala approach won't work because you have to go in with a strategy. You have one attempt in your hand, you have to give it the best shot. I always had a upper limit, as in for verbal, I said I won't take more than 7 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes. If 7 to 8 minutes are over and I'm still stuck on the 13th question, I will skip immediately to the next section. That is what I did. So for verbal, I had 7 to 8 minutes as my upper limit. For quants, again, I gave proper 20 minutes as it is given, and the rest to logic, because again, it depends on your strengths. My strengths were quant and verbal, as I mentioned before. So I used to give maximum time, dedicate my maximum time to the logical section.
Yeah, as mentioned by Pooja, if you are able to complete your verbal section in 10 minutes, you are way ahead. Like you will get a buffer of 5 minutes that you can invest in your logical or quant because it takes more time to solve one. So you should not be slow in verbal. Your speed of reading the question, comprehending the question, and just getting onto the answer should be very nice. And try to get a buffer of 5 minutes from here. That is what I did. I completed my first verbal thing in 10 minutes, and I used that to solve logical questions because they were having DI and DS question as well. So they were long. And after that, practice quants, because if you practice quants, I think you will be very easily able to squeeze this time as well. Like if it is 20 minutes you should allot to it, you will be able to complete it into 16 or 17. So there also you get a chance to see the question, get a glimpse of the question, whether you are getting 25 right questions that you have done, you have taken mark it or not. Or like generally you don't get in these tight schedule examinations. Just try to develop that feel by attempting more and more mocks and being thorough with that feel of the detail. Don't leave that feel of the detail. Just run with the time.
True, true.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please go ahead.
So as I said already that you should well aware of your strengths and weaknesses. So my strengths being the logical and the quant section. So I used to give 15 minutes to both of them and make most out of it because I really want to fetch maximum marks as I can from those two sections. And used to give 10 minutes or at times, even less than that to the verbal section because I was not, I was not putting my any bets on the verbal. My whole onus was to give me 44 or 45 plus marks in the mocks was on the logical and the quant section. So it depends on how confident are you of which section. So mine was like, I want to give most to logical and quant and then rest of time to verbal, and to get easily can fetch out 19 marks easily out of those 8 minutes for sure. So this was my strategy to solve the paper.
Yeah, so specifically for quants, I would like to say something. Because I was an average guy in quants, I used to create a mental map of the questions. So when I see a question, I used to think, will I be able to solve it in 30 seconds? If I would do it right then and there and move on to the next one. If I think that the next question which I have gone to is taking a little more time, taking a little more than 1 minute, I would definitely skip it and search for questions which you are able to solve under 30 seconds or 1 minute. I think those are the low hanging fruits that you should grab first and run away with it.
And so for me, my strategy was to solve the paper in two go. I never solved the paper in one go. What I used to do, I solve in the first go. I solve all the questions that are directly coming in my mind, and I am very much sure that these questions are going to be correct one. Then in the second go, I used to take all those questions which are not going to take more time because I have practiced them. So I used to do all those questions. All I used to take in the second all those questions which are in my practice, but definitely not in a very what I can say in a sequence. So that thing, and also I would also like to tell that please do not stuck on a question because it's a time based question. You have only 60 minutes. 60 minutes, 60 questions. That means 1 minute if you are taking for every question, and if you are going through the question and you are studying on a particular question and giving 2 or 3 minutes for that question, that means you are consuming the time of other question. So that will be a that can be a drawback if you are stuck on a particular question. And definitely do not take it on your ego that this is from my part and I have to solve it anyhow.
Right. Great. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for coming and talking to us. So we have one more session coming up on Sunday 9 p.m. right? So in which we'll talk about things more detail, more questions, and this outreach drive. Do you take on the questions about the exam as well when there's a can they approach you via some email ID or something?
Yes, sure. They can reach us on our different social media.
If you can share me
platforms.
your detail, I'll add the details in the description box of the video so that they can contact you people for anything about SCMHRD and all. I forgot one last question. Is the placement common for all the programs of SCMHRD? Like the core management program and then your I forget which all two courses you have. Other two courses.
Business analytics,
business analytics and infrastructure.
And agree आपका नहीं, sorry, agree आपका नहीं. So is the placement common or there's a separate placement cell for each of them?
It's not common exactly, but it depends upon the company requirement. Sometimes the company needs people from two specializations, or maybe it requires from one specific specialization. So it completely depends on.
So the placement cell is also separate for each of them.
No, sir. The placement cell remains.
That is common.
That is a committee.
So I just want to understand one thing. Like for example, IIMs everything is separate. उनका team separate है. खाना इकट्ठे खाते हैं. Otherwise खाना भी खिलाते हैं वो लोग कि तुम उधर बैठ के खाओ. So just joking. So there is a concept of an umbrella placement. Like everybody is combined together. You are from this batch or this batch. For us, everyone is same. So the placement is common. Like in KJ Somaya, in V School, a lot of B schools are doing the same thing. Go Institute of Management. Whereas on the IIMs, it's totally separate. कि तुम अलग हो, तुम अलग हो. So आपके यहाँ क्या सीन है? अलग है कि common है?
So we have a single committee, single placement cell, and it depends upon the company that what company is actually expecting from us. If a company is expecting for someone who is experienced, so they will choose student who is from experience background. And if they are like they have a mix of pressure and experience, so they will go accordingly.
Perfect. Thank you, yaar. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much and coming and talking to us. It was a great pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, sir. Likewise.
We will share the information of our aspirant outreach drive and the social media platform. And students are free to reach us on any platform they want and connect with us.
It is happening of SNAP and whatever tips and tricks that you require to ace the exam, so it will be beneficial for you guys.
Superb. So I'll add all those details in the description box so you can contact them in case you want. And all the best for you people as well. Even though it's the first year, you've not seen the campus. Hopefully you all go to the campus and trust me guys, enjoy these 2 years. Life में दोबारा time नहीं आने वाला. I love to go to campuses and stay there for 2 days, 3 days झगड़ा करके. If I sponsor event ना मुझे को 3 दिन वहाँ पे रहना है. ठीक है, I want to again live those vibes again. So enjoy those days. And of course placement तो है ही है, वो तो main agenda रहता है हमेशा. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.